Hey everyone, welcome back to Modern Retro Gal. My name's JL in case this is your first time visiting my channel. Right off the bat, I am filming on my iPhone right now. So if I'm not looking directly into the camera, that's because I don't remember exactly or know exactly where it is. Since we moved, I have misplaced the charger for my camera battery, and so until I can find that, this is what I'm working with. Yeah, so still figuring out exactly where I'm going to be filming. I have new lighting coming hopefully soon. And yeah, just trying to get back into the swing of things. So I thought that since I do have so many new subscribers right now, I would do a 10 weird or random facts about me so that everyone can get to know me a little bit better and how random and weird I am. So yeah, that's about it. I think I've said so 500 times already. A little rusty today. And yeah. So here we go. Random weird fact number 1. I do not eat any kind of seafood at all. Nothing. I'm not allergic to anything. I just don't like it. I hate all seafood. I tried several different things and I don't like any of it. So if it comes out of the ocean, if it lives in the ocean or lakes, I do not eat it. I don't like any fish, nothing, nada, zero. Never have, never will. It used to be so bad that if I was at a restaurant and I even smelled fish, I would start to like gag because I hate the way it smells so bad. I can't get past it, so I can't eat it. Yeah, so that's number 1. Random weird fact number 2. I am afraid of heights as an adult. I was not as a child. I used to climb trees, climb on the outsides of play structures. I got up on chairs, tables, climbed on things, no problem. As an adult, I can barely step up on a footstool without feeling dizzy and nauseous and like I am going to die. So I hate heights. I can't get up on chairs unless I'm holding on to something. I just, climbing up stairs where you can like see down totally freaks me out. I'm okay in roller coasters. I'm okay in airplanes. As long as I'm strapped into something, I'm fine. But if I can fall, I'm terrified and like white knuckled holding on to things. It's very random. But I used to climb trees that were higher than our rooftop. So I don't know what happened, but somewhere along the way, I realized that I could hurt myself very, very badly if I fell. And so now I'm terrified of heights. Whatever. All right. Random weird fact number 3. My left foot is almost a half shoe size larger than my right foot. In all, after having my kids, my feet have grown a full shoe size larger than they were. But my left foot has grown more than my right foot. So buying shoes is a really interesting experience because I have to not only find shoes that fit, but I have to find shoes that will either not be too tight and pinch my left foot or not be too big and like roomy, baggy for my right foot, if that makes sense. It's fun. It's fun buying shoes. And ordering shoes online is even worse because I can go anywhere from like a 7 to an 8.5, depending on the shoe, because some shoes run really, really small. Normally I'm just a tried and true 7.5, and that's on my left foot. My right foot is almost half a size smaller. So it just depends. It's one of those things that I have to deal with that probably most people don't have to, and it's not that big of a deal. But when buying shoes, it's a pain in the butt, man. I'm telling you. My shoes, either I have one shoe that is slightly too small or one shoe that is slightly too big all the time. That's what it's like being me. Okay. Weird random fact number 4. My parents, because my name is so different to begin with, could not think of a middle name. So they didn't give me a middle name on my birth certificate. And I always wished that I had one. So when I was, I think still in high school, maybe still a senior in high school, my friend and I went to the bookstore and went through several baby books, books of baby names. And I picked my own middle name out. I've never had it added to my birth certificate, but I have added it to my driver's license and my marriage certificate. So Addison is semi-legally my middle name. Random weird fact number 5. So I have had my driver's license since I was 17. I'm 39. I'll be 40 next year. And I still cannot parallel park. Pretty much at all. When I took my driver's test and had to try and parallel park, it was a very interesting experience for the driving instructor. And I did excellent on everything else. And he said, you know, you've done very, very well. However, you may want to go ahead and continue practicing your parallel parking. And it is so bad that there are certain cities where I refuse to parallel park. I will skip past an open space because I get so anxious unless my husband's in the car. If he's in the car, then I will pull over, get out, and he will get in the driver's seat and then parallel park for me. However, I do drive a minivan now that has a rear camera and sensors. And since getting that, I can actually parallel park better. But if I'm in a vehicle that does not have backup camera, does not have sensors, I cannot parallel park worth anything. I don't know what it is. I just can't fit the vehicle in the space. It just doesn't work for me. Fun being me, like I said. All right. So, weird or random fact number 6. I have a hard time believing that the decade of the 90s is more than 10 years ago. For me, when I think of the 90s, I still think of it as being 10 years ago. I know how old I am. I know what year it is. But I just cannot wrap my head around the fact that it has been more than 10 years since the 90s. So, weird random fact number 7. I love cucumbers, but I absolutely hate pickles, which seems weird because pickles are pickled cucumbers. But I despise all pickles. I think it's one of the most disgusting foods on the planet. However, I do love cucumbers. So it's kind of weird that I love cucumbers but hate pickles. Is anybody else like that? I don't know. I just thought that was weird and random that I could like one or not the other. Is it a requirement? I mean, if I like cucumbers, shouldn't I like pickles? I don't know. I just think they're disgusting and I don't understand the point. So, random or weird fact number 8. I would much prefer living in the desert to anywhere else. I absolutely love desert landscape. I love the way being in the desert feels. I just think it's one of the most beautiful and calming terrains that you could live in. However, I hate the heat. If it gets over 80 degrees, I am not a pleasant person to be around. So I don't know that I could actually ever live in the desert, but I absolutely love being in the desert. I just think it is one of the most perfect areas to go and visit and be at. And if I could handle the heat, I would move to the desert in a second. I'm weird. What can I say? Random weird fact number 9. Almost did that. Number 9. I don't know if this isn't weird, I guess, as much as random. But I've never gotten a traffic ticket. I can't parallel park, but I've never gotten a traffic ticket. Again, I've had my license since I was 17. It's not that I've never deserved one. I've just never gotten one. I will probably get one now that I put that out to the rest of the world. But yeah, I've never gotten one. I have gotten out of them, but I've never had a traffic ticket. Last, but certainly not least, random fact number 10. I have always since I was a little kid, wished that I spoke with an accent. And I understand, for anyone international watching this, that it's a very American, especially very Western American, and add to that a very California notion that I don't speak with an accent, because to anyone else in any other part of the world, I speak with an accent. But to me, I don't. And I think when you hear an accent versus how at least we speak in California, our lack of interesting accent, I don't sound like I have an accent. I've always wanted one. I always thought I would be a much more interesting person if I had an accent. I feel like with my personality, I should have an accent because I am weird and random. Not that only weird and random people have accents, but I just think with the kind of personality that I have, that I should have had an accent. My grandma was from Oklahoma, and so she had an accent still. And I always just, whenever I would visit her, I would pick up my accent, her accent, and just wish that I had one. I've always wished that I either had a Southern accent or some sort of English, like from England, not English when I'm speaking, English accent. I just feel like that fits my personality more. And when I was a kid, when I would talk to myself, and even now, let's just be real. Even now as an adult, when I talk to myself out loud, or when I talk to myself, like my internal dialogue, I'm usually speaking with an accent, either Southern or English. I don't know. I have always thought, like, if I should move somewhere where people speak with accents so that I could, like, pick up the accent and then move back home and be like, yeah, but I lived there all this time, so I picked up the accent. But yeah, I've always, even to this day, wished that I spoke with an accent. And when I'm around people who have accents, I tend to pick up on certain inflections in how they pronounce words, and I will start to do it too. So yeah, I think that I was supposed to be born with an accent, but I didn't. So that's it. those are my 10 weird random facts about myself. I hope you guys enjoyed this and had a little giggle, got to know me a little better. So thanks so much for watching. If this is the first time you've seen, if this is the first time you're visiting me, I would love to have you as a subscriber. So please click that subscribe button and the little bell that goes along with it so you will be notified when I upload next. I am trying to get a few more videos out at the end of this year, and then hopefully come January, I will be back up to what I wanted my regular uploading schedule and video content to be. So thank you for bearing with me and for subscribing, and please feel free to share my videos with other people so that more people can subscribe to me. And yeah, that's about it. So thanks for watching. I'll see you all again soon. Bye-bye.